Well, it is 10:30, so I think we're going to go ahead and start. Hey Daniel, you turn me down a little bit on the no, on the box. No, the red one. Yeah, the first to your right. Yeah. No, the first knob to your right. Yeah. Left. Yeah, sure. Okay. We're starting off to a fantastic start. All right. So, good morning, everybody. And this might be your first time seeing me. So, I'd like to start this morning off with a joke. So, don't stop me if you heard it. It's happening. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hello, my name is Upasaka Travis Lakpadorje, and welcome to the Rime Buddhist Center. We're glad you are here with us this morning. If this is your first time joining us, you raise your hand. Yeah, I've seen all of you here before, so fantastic. If this is your first time online, very heartfelt welcome to you. If you would like to follow along with our handout, there's a link in the chat, and there's also a link in the video description as well. Alrighty, now we got that part out of the way. Let's go ahead and start with our refuge vows. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. For immeasurables, may all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may we too abide to dispel the misery of the world. 7-limb prayer. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merits of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate the merit created by myself and others to the great enlightenment. Mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this is a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, strangers, my body, wealth, and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with the freedom from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratan Randalakim Niatami. All right. All right. So for this first guided Tonglen meditation, we're going to be thinking about someone that you hold near and dear to your heart, someone that you hold with love unconditionally. So as you're seated here, allow your body to settle. Let the spine be naturally upright, grounded, yet at ease. Allow the hands to rest comfortably. If it feels appropriate, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a moment to relax the body. Soften your forehead, the jaw. Let your shoulders droop. Let your belly soften. Just let your breath move freely. Now take a few slow, deep breaths, inhaling fully, exhaling completely. With each breath, allow yourself to arrive more fully in this moment. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Bring your attention gently to the sensation of breathing, the rise and the fall of the body, the feeling of air entering and leaving. Continue noticing this for the next couple minutes. Now allow the mind to rest with the breath, not trying to change it, simply knowing the breath as it is. If thoughts arise, gently note them and return to the next inhale and then the next exhale. Now to bring to mind someone who you love unconditionally. This can be a child, a pet, or if you have a good relationship with your parents, a parent. This can also be one person or it can be many beings. Let the image or sense of this person arise naturally. There's no need to be precise. As you hold them in awareness, allow yourself to sense their suffering. You do not need to analyze or judge it. Simply notice how it is felt. You may experience it as physical pain, emotional heaviness, or as a sense of tightness or despair. Whatever arises is enough. Now, as you breathe in, imagine breathing in the suffering. You might visualize it as an ominous storm cloud, a dense smoke from a fire, or a heavy weight. With each breath, gently acknowledge their pain, not to fix it, not to push it away, simply to be willing to touch it with awareness. As the suffering enters the heart, imagine being transformed like light passing through a prism. Within the vast open space of the heart, suffering meets wisdom and becomes compassion. Now, as you breathe out, send out compassion and healing. Visualize this as a warm, radiant light, like the light of the sun, or a gentle wave of kindness and care. With each out breath, offer relief, ease, and love. Let the suffering be released, transformed into compassion as it flows outward. Continue this for the next couple minutes. Breathing in their suffering, breathing out compassion and love. Allow the breath to set the pace. There is no need to force anything. There is no right or wrong experience. Just simply be. If at any time the practice feels too intense, you may soften the visualization or return your attention to simply the sensation of breathing. If the mind wanders, gently notice that and kindly return to the breath, breathing in suffering and breathing out compassion. Now allow the image of the suffering being to gently dissolve. Let the practice rest. Return your attention fully to the breath, just as it is. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. There is no need to try to control, simply let it be. Notice the body seated here, supported, held, grounded. Taking a few more deep breaths. Feel that stability beneath you. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, and carry this intention of compassion with us into the rest of the service. All right. Supplication to Buddha. To the Blessed One, the one gone beyond, the fully awakened one, the great physician, the supreme teacher, you came to this earth and through your own efforts you obtained the awakened state, overcoming all suffering and distress. Through your great compassion, you showed us the path to liberation. You taught us the merit of compassion, wisdom, and equanimity. To you, the glorious teacher, I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Blessed One. Through the merits of these thoughts, words, and actions, may we dedicate this for the benefit of all sentient beings. And like you, O Blessed One, may we in every being attain your supreme awakened state, free from the ocean of suffering. Lord of the Dharma, I prostrate to your omniscient being.
Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha. Om Muni 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 Om Muni 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 Om Muni 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 Om Muni Muni Om
All right. Supplication to Manjushri. Om, homage to Manjushri, deity whose diamond speech cuts off all suffering, whose clear mind is the embodiment of insight, wisdom, Manjushri protector, free from evil and karmic stains. Your form is vast as the sky, your mind dwells in the one taste of suchness. Lord of wisdom, I prostrate to your omniscient being. Supplication to Maitreya. Om, Lord Maitreya, benevolent one, golden son of the primordial, emperor of the northern paradise, around you the stars and spheres course and turn. Within the span of your breath, countless worlds rise and fall. Deity of innumerable names, called or uncalled, you are always present. May the pure heaven of Tashita always arise before us. Supplication of Palden Lama. Soul Mother, Lady victorious over the three worlds, please pay attention here and now. You overpower the whole apparent world, samsara and nirvana, by heroically guarding the Dharma and Dharma holders with the 4 types of actions flashing like lightning. You soar up openly like the full moon in the midst of garland of powerful Dharma protectors. Powerful Daikini protector, I prostrate to your omniscient being. All right, and for this next Tonglen meditation, we will be focusing on a neutral person. Be like a coworker, neighbor, somebody that you don't necessarily dislike or have strong feelings for, just neutral person. All right, so find a comfortable seated position. Allow your spine to be upright but relaxed. Let your hands rest naturally. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a few slow, steady breaths. Inhaling, exhaling. Again, inhale, exhale. Let your breathing settle into a natural rhythm. No need to force or control it. Just let it do what it does naturally. Now bring to mind a neutral person, someone you neither strongly like nor dislike. This could be a coworker you don't know well, a neighbor you occasionally see, or just someone you pass by on a daily life, such as a cashier at a gas station. See them clearly in your mind. Notice their face, their posture, the small details you might normally overlook. Breathing in naturally, breathing out slowly. I want you to remind yourself, just like you, this person wants to be happy. Just like you, they experience stress, uncertainty, and pain. Just like you, they are trying to navigate their life as best they can. Now, as you inhale, imagine gently breathing in their difficulties, their stress, their loneliness, their confusions. Visualize this as a dense, heavy smoke. As you exhale, offer them relief. Send out light, clear, spacious, and warm. This light carries peace, ease, and well being. Continue doing this for the next couple minutes. Breathing in their stress and pain, and sending out peace, ease, and love. Inhale their discomfort, exhale comfort and relief. Breathing in their struggles, breathing out kindness and ease. If resistance arises, if part of you is hesitant to take the suffering, just notice that gently. There is no need to force anything. You can imagine the breath transforming the heaviness instantly, like smoke dissolving into light within your heart. Inhale their discomfort, exhale comfort and relief. Continue this at your own pace for the next several minutes. Now, as you breathe in, you might include not just this one person, but all beings like them, all the unnoticed coworkers, the neighbors living quietly, complex lives, breathing in their shared struggle, breathing out compassion and care to all of them. Let the boundary between this person and other soften. For the last few breaths, rest in this exchange. Now, at your own pace, I want you to gently release this visualization. Let your breath return naturally. Notice your body sitting here. Notice the space around you. Taking a final deep breath and exhale slowly. And when you are ready to open your eyes, wiggle your toes. Carry this subtle sensation of connection with you into our next Tonglen meditation. All right. Lojong lineage prayer. For the sake of all beings to attain enlightenment, I turn to the source of the ultimate mind training, To the perfect Buddha Shakyamuni, who taught the profound path of the two truths, I pray to let the sun of your wisdom dawn in my heart. To the lords of the Dharma, Nagarjuna and Asanga, to the great-hearted Shantideva, who mapped the vast path of the Bodhisattva, I pray, ignite the flame of bodhicitta in me. To the lineage holders of the Lojong instruction, who realized the view perfect in compassion, champion the practice of exchanging self and other, I pray, shatter the fortress of self cherishing within me. To Shunki Taisha and Chakwa, to Tukazakpa, who lived what he taught, all who blended sutra into essence, I pray, may your realization awaken in me. To my kind root lama, the embodiment of all refugees, from whom the life streaming of this lineage flows, I pray, let your mind and mine be invisible. All right, heart essence for awakening. Having received the blessings of the lineage resting in the heart of indivisible mind, I turn these blessings into the path, applying the essence of mind training for the awakening of all beings. With these blessings, I will train in the preliminaries, remembering this life, precious and fleeting, change, cause, and effect, suffering born of cherishing self. From the reflections, renunciation arises, and the determination to practice is born. In every moment, I see all things as dreamlike, resting in awareness, unfabricated and clear. I free even the antidote in its own place, breathing in the suffering of beings, breathing out joy and ease for all. When difficulty weighs heavily on the world, seeing the root clinging to self, thus every challenge becomes the path. I take all blame into one heart and let emptiness shine through pain. My whole life gathers into the essence of practice. I apply the five strengths without decline: aspiration and familiarization, wholesome seeds and restraint, revulsion towards harm and diligence in virtue, gathering merit, clearing obscurations. All my conduct flows from awakened intention. All teachings serve a single goal: liberation. I rely on the principal witness, my own clear, knowing mind. Joy dwelling with confines the training. Impartial and free from display, I keep my word. My attitude change without strain. I do not speak of injury or dwell on faults. Releasing rivalry and expectations, I practice patience and boundless kindness. In short, with these blessings, all I do arise from prayer and pure intention. To bring benefit to all beings, patience and courage are my refuge. I train unceasingly in the three difficulties: gathering trust and practice as provisions. I remain in virtue of body, speech, and mind. With all pervasive care, I serve all beings, seeking in this very life the realization of the supreme vehicle. Through the merit of this mind training, the heart essence of Atisha and his heirs, sustained by the blessings of the lineage, may confusion be exhausted in its root, and may all beings attain perfect awakening. All right. The Vajrasattva mantra. Om Binzasato Samaya Manopalaya Binzasato Dino Patijadro Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anorakto Me Bawa Surasadi Me Bayata Turam Kuram Sutame Sutam Shiam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarata Tagata Benza Mame Munza Binzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Fed Om Benza Sato Samaya Manopalaya Benza Sato Dino Patida Jomoy Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo me bawa Anorakto me bawa Sarasadi me baya Tataram karam sutame Sitam Chiam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawata Tagata Benza Meme Munza Binzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Fed Om Binza Sato Samaya Manopalaya Binza Sato Dino Patita Jo Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anorakto me bawa sarasadi me bayata taram karam sutame sitam shiam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sarata dagata benzama me munza binzi bawa mahasamaya sato ahum fe.
Om Vajra Sapa 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 Om Vajra Sapa.
Alrighty. So for this third and final Donglin meditation, we are going to think of somebody we do not like. It is encouraged to not think of somebody that brings up extreme dislike, because that can be a little hard to overcome. If you would like the challenge, by all means, go ahead. Feel free. All right, so find a comfortable seated position. Let your spine be upright, but not too rigid. Rest your hands naturally wherever they fall. Gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. Taking a slow, deep breath in and out. Again, inhaling in and exhaling out. Now allow your breathing to settle into a steady, natural rhythm. No need to force, no need to push, pull, or try to control. Just let it be how it wants to be. Now bring to mind someone you dislike. Someone who brings up mild to moderate irritation. Perhaps a coworker who gets on your nerves, or a neighbor who gets on your nerves. Try not to pick the most extreme or most painful, because this, like I said, it might be a little difficult to get through. But if you're up for the challenge, by all means, I want you to see them clearly in your mind as if they were sitting in front of you. Notice what arises in your body when you think of them: tension, tightness, resistance. Simply observe without judgment. No need to try to push away or try to control. Simply rest naturally with these observations. Now gently reflect, just like you, this person wants to be happy. Just like you, they struggle, make mistakes, and feel pain. And just like you, their actions are shaped by causes and conditions, things they may not fully see or you might not fully see. You are not excusing their behavior, you are simply acknowledging their shared human experience. Breathing in naturally, breathing out slowly. We all have faults. We all have things we struggle with. They are all causes and conditions of things that might not have been in our power to control. It might have simply been out of our hands. Something that might have happened before we were even born. But just remember, this has also happened to this person that you are imagining. They are just like you. Now, as you inhale, imagine breathing in their suffering, the confusion, anger, pain, or that may drive their actions. That's where all of this stems from, is their own suffering. Visualize it as a dense smoke, and as you exhale, send them relief. Again, light, spacious, and calm, offering patience, clarity, and peace. Inhale their suffering. Exhale ease and understanding. Continue this for the next several minutes at your own pace. If resistance should arise, like if you think, I don't want to take this suffering in, or if you think they don't deserve this, acknowledge that honesty. There is no shame in feeling that way. Let that feeling be part of the practice and simply let it dissolve naturally. Breathing in their suffering, exhaling understanding. You can imagine whatever you're breathing in is instantly transformed, like darkness when you turn on a light, sending that out as understanding and recognition. Now try expanding this practice. Recognize that this person is not alone in these patterns. There are countless others who act in similar ways because they too are struggling. As you breathe in, include all those caught in similar confusion or reactivity. As you breathe out, offer calm, clarity, and compassion to all of them. breathing in their shared suffering and breathing out compassion for all of those beings. Rest in this way for these last few breaths. Now gently release this visualization. Let there be a little more space around your feelings, less tightness, more openness. Let your breath return naturally. Notice your body. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit. Take in one last deep breath and slowly exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes, gently unsoften your gaze, and carry forward this small sense of softness or understanding for the rest of your day. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. And again, welcome to the Rime Center. I hope you are enjoying the services so far. So before we begin the Dharma talk, I'd like to offer a warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. Feel free to raise your hand. I think I did that at the beginning. There's no new faces, so if you're new online, thank you for joining us. We welcome you here. So yeah, we got a list of announcements here. The fun part of Daniel's every Sunday morning. So, following today's Sunday service, please join us for a mindful service opportunity to care for the Rime Sangha House grounds. We invite volunteers to help with seasonal outdoor cleanup and light gardening. This is a wonderful way to practice together and join as a community, just hang out. So, deepen your practice and connect with the compassionate energy of Green Tara at our next half-day Green Tara retreat. This peaceful morning of meditation, chanting, and mantra practice is open to all levels of practitioners, and this will be on Saturday, April 4th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then on the 1st, which will be April 5th, it'd be great if you could join us for our sutra study, where we will be studying chapter 4 of the teachings of Vilamakirti. Each month, we explore the wisdom of the Buddha Sutras together in a relaxed and welcome discussion following the Sunday service. And this, again, is open to anybody and everybody who wants to come hang out and talk a little bit. So, 10 a.m. on April 11th, we have our next Rime Sangha hike. This will be at Weston Bend Park. That's a Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So grab your boots, grab your walking shoes, and come hang out. It's a great time to, chit chat, get to know your fellow Sangha members, and just enjoy the outdoors. And then Gabi wanted me to make an announcement that yesterday we had our sound bath, and we, as a Sangha, generated $280 for that. So yeah, give yourselves a round of applause for all those who were here and donated. Also, speaking of donations, Kate brought us some lovely pastries this morning. If you could, I would suggest going over there and eating some, because they are fantastic. She made some scones with some, like, what was that, raspberry? Some sort of raspberry thing on top. It's good. I haven't had one yet because my luck, I would spill it all over my shirt, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm definitely going to be digging in after the service. And finally, as we reflect on renewal and continuity, we are reminded that for over 30 years, recognize the well, some of you have been here for that long, huh? A few folks. Ron back there. Okay. Well, for those of you who have been here for quite the time, some time, thank you for all you've done so far to help, you know, help the Rime Center. So the Rime Buddhist Center has been a sanctuary in Kansas City, offering compassion, wisdom, and community. To support our growing Sangha and ensure the Dharma continues to flourish, we have launched a $30,000 fundraising effort for 2016 Building Fund. Every offering helps sustain and strengthen our shared home, and so far we have raised $5,393. And it's only March. Killing it. So if the Rime Buddhist Center has touched your life or supported your practice, we warmly invite you to join us in building the next chapter of this community together. All right. And I think that's all the announcements I have. Oh, we got one more. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So the first Sunday of the month, which will be April 5th, will be the next Dakini meeting, and that'll be here at 9 a.m. Yep, 9 a.m. here at the Sangha House. All right. Anything else? Oh, Fanny. Oh, thank you. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well, thank you very much. All right. Now we will recording in progress. Y'all remember that? All right. So, good pre-afternoon. I was invited to come talk about one of the most profound and sometimes uncomfortable subjects in Buddhist practice, death. More specifically, how we train the mind when death arrives. I know what you're all sitting there thinking. Trev, you're a handsome young man. How could you teach me about death? Well, well, you'd be right. It's been almost 36 years since the last time I died, and I don't really remember it. But to quote the rapper Propaganda, I've learned enough to know that I don't know that much. So it's my hope that we can both learn a little something together. This talk comes after studying Chapter 11, How to Train While Dying, in The Power of Mind by Kintro Lodro. This chapter itself draws heavily from the classic Lojong tradition preserved in the 7 Points of Mind Training by Geshe Chekwa Geshe Dorje. To me, it kind of felt like the whole book was leading up to this one chapter. The teachings on mind training, often called Lojong, give us a way to transform every experience into the path of awakening. That includes pain, conflict, loss, and ultimately the experience of dying itself. To train in this way, Kintro Lodro instructs us to use what's called the 5 forces or 5 powers. The last few weeks we've looked heavily into these 5 forces, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about each one. I'll run through them now, so if you want, just tune me out for the rest of the service. I totally understand. So the 5 powers. The first is the power of the positive seed. This involves letting go of all material attachments and unfinished business. Practitioners are encouraged to give away their possessions to worthy causes to ensure the mind is not tethered to worldly belongings. Generously giving in this way will ensure your seed of compassion will bear fruit in a future without you in it. It is truly showing compassion after death. The second power is the power of aspiration. Kind of straightforward. The practitioner makes strong prayer to never be separate from bodhicitta during this death process, the bardo, or future lives. Again, yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. The third one is the power of reproach or regret. This one I kind of struggled with a little bit myself, but hopefully I can dissolve it for you a little here. This is the act of rejection of self clinging. It involves recognizing that the self and the physical body are not solid or permanent, and therefore it is our clinging to self that is the root cause of all our suffering. If we practice generating regret for self clinging, we will carry that with us into our next life and avoid these same actions in the future. It is extremely important to note that this is regret without shame. It's something very hard to do, but with training and with time, this will come naturally. The next is the power of resolution, or the propelling force. A firm decision to maintain mindfulness and focus on bodhicitta throughout the transition of death. It is a strong stand to maintain sanity and basic egolessness, even as appearances dissolve. The final one is the power of familiarization. This refers to habitual practice of these techniques while alive so they become second nature at the moment of death. Having a fellow practitioner who does the same daily practice, reciting the prayers and mantras, this is indispensable to turning your mind towards Dharma in your final days. Physically, this may include assuming the sleeping lion or the simhasana posture used by the Buddha when he transitioned from this life. Someone out there has a statue of this that I gave them. It involves lying on the right side, right hand under the head, left arm perpendicular to the body with the palm facing down. According to these teachings, the real problem is not death. The real problem is the mind that meets death with fear, attachment, and confusion. This is also why there is an emphasis to put on conduct at the time of death so that you recognize the moment as another opportunity to practice. In everyday life, we spend numerous amounts of time trying to avoid thinking about death. Our culture teaches us to hide it, postpone it, and distract ourselves from it. Instead, it is something we prepare for. But in the Buddhist path, death is not something to avoid. In fact, the way we meet death can reveal the depth of our practice more clearly than almost anything else. Ironically enough, death is the most important moment of our entire life. Whatever state of mind dominates at death strongly influences the direction of consciousness afterwards. If our mind has never been trained, the moment of death can feel like losing everything we've known. Our body weakens, our senses fade, our control disappears. The ego reacts with panic. It wants to hold on to identity, possessions, relationships, and life itself. But mind training teaches us something radically different. It teaches that the moment of death can actually become one of the most powerful opportunities for awakening. Why? Well, because death strips away everything we normally cling to. All the roles we play in life, our job, our status, our opinions, our reputation suddenly all become meaningless. What remains is simply the mind itself. If that mind has been trained in compassion and awareness, then death is not just an ending, it becomes a part of the path. One of the most important instructions for the moment of death is generating bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means the awakened heart, the sincere wish that all beings be free from suffering and reach awakening. When death approaches, this practice is to shift attention away from the self-centered fear of my death and toward compassion for others. Khenpo Lodjotai gives a great example of a man in his village who was completely distraught at the time of his death because he couldn't take his belongings with him. We do not want to leave that way. Leading up to our death, we should be giving away as many possessions as we can to whoever is in most need. This will have a two-pronged effect. Not only will we release ourselves of clinging, but we will generate good last-minute karma. It's literally 89 Jordan hitting a jumper at the buzzer. One of the biggest ways we can show compassion at death and even after is to have all of our affairs together before we go. If you're starting to get up there in age, it's a great time to think about getting your will together and to tell your loved ones your wishes for when you go. especially those involving money. Finances don't end when we kick the bucket. Life keeps going on without us. And us younger people, don't ignore this either. There are plenty we can do too, such as keeping a list of all your login information, bank accounts, emails, social media. Write these down, put them somewhere for your loved ones to find. I have an example of how showing compassion in this way can be great or it can be of detriment. December 23rd, 2022. My father unexpectedly took his final breath. I still have his Christmas present sitting in my closet. My parents separated when I was just 3 years old, but my dad made it a point to call me every single Sunday. He didn't have every Sunday he didn't have visitations. This went on my whole life. Sometimes it was sometimes it was hard for him to get to a phone. He struggled with mental health issues and was unhoused on and off during the decade before he passed. He still called every Sunday, though. I can easily say no one on this earth knew that man better than me. He was like a best friend and a dad. Everything I knew about him went out the window when he passed. He didn't leave a will, and suddenly I had no idea what his final wishes would be. He didn't have much, a government-funded apartment filled with the bare minimum. Still had no clue what to do with his stuff. All I ended up keeping was a backpack full of random papers that I still haven't gone through. The apartment manager, she ended up donating the rest. I was completely at a loss of what to do. There was no help from any other family members either. It was just me dealing with the final arrangements and grieving the loss of a beloved father. I recall being in the funeral home filling out papers and they asked what his address was. I couldn't remember. I went to check Google Maps history. I couldn't remember how to use Google Maps. If you don't know, I've been a delivery driver on and off for different companies for over 12 years. I couldn't remember how to use a GPS. On a personal level, I felt this part of the book was very imperative. So please, do whatever you can to alleviate the future suffering of your loved ones. I know it can be a hard subject to think about and act on, but through the teachings of the Buddha and the power of Lojong, I'm able to sit here and hold a straight face, keep a steady mind, even though I'd want nothing to do more than cry. But it's through those trainings that I can firmly sit here and say, I still have emotions, but they no longer have me. I still have emotions, but they no longer have me. A traditional Lojong saying is this: train in the two, giving and taking alternately. Tonglen means giving and taking. This is the practice of exchanging self and others. On the inhale, you imagine taking in the suffering of others. On the exhale, you send out happiness, peace, and liberation. We did this 3 times today. At first, this sounds strange. Why would anyone willingly take on suffering? Well, because Tonglen directly challenged the deepest habits of the ego, which is self-protection. Ordinarily, we think, I want happiness for myself and less suffering for myself. Tonglen reverses this instinct. The trained practitioner thinks, may I take this suffering of all beings who are dying right now and carry it with me as I pass. In this way, death itself becomes an act of compassion. Why is this so powerful? Well, I'll tell you. Fear grows from self-clinging. The more tightly we hold on to the idea of me and mine, the more terrifying death becomes. But compassion dissolves that tight grip. When the mind opens to others, the ego relaxes, fear softens, the mind becomes vast instead of contracted. Another instruction is to transform adversity bring adversity onto the path. When we imagine dying, we might imagine pain, confusion, or sadness. But the Lojong teachings say that even these experiences can become practice. Physical pain can remind us of the suffering of countless beings. Weakness can remind us of impermanence. The loss of control can become an opportunity to release attachments. In this way, nothing is wasted. Every sensation, every emotion becomes material for awakening. Eventually, as the dying process deepens, the teachings say we move from relative bodhicitta to ultimate bodhicitta. This leads to a surprising insight taught by masters like Atisha and Patrul Rinpoche. They explain that relative bodhicitta is often harder than ultimate bodhicitta. That's why it was in the book that way. Ultimate bodhicitta is the realization of emptiness. In that state, one sees all phenomena lacking solid existence. But the relative bodhicitta asks something emotionally difficult: to open your heart to the suffering of others. And Tonglen asks us to move towards that suffering rather than away from it. This is why it is such a powerful, powerful training. At the deepest level of practice, the practitioner simply rests in awareness. Thoughts come and go, sensations come and go. Even the sense of self comes and goes. But awareness remains open, spacious, and luminous. Instead of grasping at experience or pushing it away, the practitioner rests in that openness. From this perspective, death is no longer a catastrophe. It becomes a transition within the vast nature of mind. Death is no longer an enemy. It becomes part of the path to enlightenment. Of course, this kind of stability doesn't simply appear in the last moment of life. It comes from training throughout our lives. Every time we practice patience instead of anger, we are training for death. Every time we respond to difficult compassion instead of resentment, we are training for death. Every time we remember impermanence instead of clinging to comfort, we are training for death. In other words, the way we live becomes the way we die. If we spend our lives cultivating awareness and compassion, those qualities are more likely to arise naturally when everything else falls away. This teaching can sound intense, but actually it's very encouraging. It means the ordinary moments of our lives can matter deeply. The traffic jam, an argument with a coworker, the frustration we feel when things don't go our way. Each of these moments is a chance to practice. Each of these moments is a chance to train the mind. Each moment prepares us for the most important transition we will ever face. So the real question is not simply how will we die? The real question is, how will we train our mind today? Because if the mind is trained in compassion, wisdom, and openness, then even death itself becomes part of the path to awakening. May this talk be of benefit to your life and the lives of all sentient beings everywhere. May you find peace and joy in the coming days. So before we wrap this up real quick, I just want to give a unscripted, heartfelt thank you to everyone who has ever taught me anything here at the Sangha House. It's the whole reason I'm sitting here right now. From Yese Sergio to Daniel to any of you who have facilitated or given me any sort of instructions. Like, thank you, deeply thank you. And I also want to give out a big heartfelt thank you to Lama Matt, who has been an absolute wonderful teacher. And I don't think in like 100 million kapas I could repay his compassion, patience, and kindness. So thank you, Lama Matt. All right. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you all. All right. What do you say we do the long life supplication for His Holiness the Dalai Lama? In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gatsu, please remain until samsara ends. A flower of faith and praise of Lama Chuck and Mary. Lama of great compassion with kindness to all, you firmly established the Rime tradition through skillful means and wisdom. Mary Tenzin Dawa, who is the embodiment of all the Dakinis, with the sun of wisdom and the moon of compassion, you bring us love joy to everyone you meet. Inspired by your example, I vow to cultivate compassion and wisdom from this moment forward and in all my future lives. I will strive to embody the Buddhist teachings in every thought, word, and deed. Dedication to merit. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. Aspiration prayers. Bodhicitta is precious, may it arise for whom it has not arisen. Once arisen, may it not diminish, but ever grow and flourish. All difficulties, without exception, being pacified with harmonious situations like the treasure of the sky. May the teachings and practice of the Rime tradition live long and shine brightly. All right. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great week.
If people want to take some 40 bags.
Oh, yeah. And we got Bodhi bags back there if you all want to grab some. Please take some. We're overflowing with them right now.